What's going on YouTube? Joe Miner 3131 back again alongside JS Miner 87 here on the DFS Quarry channel on YouTube. About to break down the 4-game main slate we got going coming up here tomorrow for Monday, January 21st, 2019. 4 games we'll be looking at here. Jared, how you doing today so far?
Well, hey, it's a light load for me. Just played a couple lineups, real small. 525. I played the $5 double up, and I'm cashing in it right now. 11th out of 118. I can't even remember what I hit on that. But I'll tell you what I do now out of my lineup because I don't have it open. What the hell, Barzil? How are you considered elite when you can't even get a damn shot on goal? 0. A flat 0. Well, frig off, Barzil. You're done with my lineups. McDavid, you're done with my lineups for a while, and we'll just keep on rolling that way until it burns me, or until McDavid or something gets a hat trick or something that makes me get back on the wagon there. But overall, hey, I at least netted money yesterday, small, but hey, it worked. I'm netting $5 today, so all in all, good day.
I feel you. I'm having a pretty good night myself. Don't want to jinx it. Still got a lot of time left to go too, so we'll see how it works out. Not even gonna look at it during the whole show. I'm just gonna continue going about what we're doing here and avoid the sweat myself. So with that being said, before we get started with the breakdown here, if you like the video, please click on that thumbs up. We appreciate that. Just takes about a second to do that. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We do videos pretty often, break down NHL main slates pretty much every day. Take a day off here and there. I just took 2 days off in a row. To be honest, it was nice. And also, to be honest, Friday nights and Saturday nights, man, viewership is pretty low. You know what I mean? It's not like, and the slates are really kind of goofy anyway. I got crushed yesterday, man. I didn't get, like, crushed very bad. Didn't even crack 30 in a lineup. It was pretty disgusting. But whatever. It is what it is. So yeah, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. Share our videos out there. We appreciate that. With all that fun, happy-go-lucky bullshit said, let's jump right into the slate. First game up, we got a good one. Nashville Predators heading into Colorado, take on the Colorado Avalanche. Predators are going in as a -115 favorite. Not much going on there. Over under 6 in this game. Projected, use left wing lock today. Rene and Varlamov. So yeah. Jared, what are you thinking here?
Well, I tell you, finally, yesterday, Colorado just poured it on the Kings in a 7-1 blowout here. But looking at this, I mean, Varlamov hasn't been very good here. Given up almost 3 on the GAA in the past 5 years, but Nashville the other night also had a rough game, I think it was, against the Florida Panthers. So both these teams have certainly let up goals as of late. Colorado, like I said, had a bad stretch there even before that 7-1 game here. But I think you go back to the well. Rantanen, McKinnon, and Landeskog had an amazing game the other day. Rantanen with a hat trick. But these guys really produced. Landeskog's now the guy taking the most shots. So even a one-off on Landeskog, if you wanted to save some cash here, we're going to see a lot of great lines here, a lot of offensive powerhouses. So I could see myself one-off in Landeskog and for the shot production and the at 7,400 and going maybe to that Vegas Golden Knights line. But either way, you could play that first line. Second line here, maybe Carl Soderberg here, but I don't want to. Personally, I don't think I want to go too heavy on this side of things here because we don't know what Nashville we're going to get. Nashville is a good defensive team here, so I don't want to. I don't think I want to put all my eggs in one basket and play that full first line stack. So that's where I'm at. I'm looking at defensively here, maybe Eric Johnson at 4,800, a goal, 15 shots. I see his name's over there in the latest fantasy hockey on daily faceoff showing an injury. I'm going to have to look into that as well and see if that's long-term or what they have. They have him in the lineup, but they have him over there on the left or on the right side for injury. So maybe he's coming back. And Tyson Berry at $6K for 5 assists. I think that's just too much money there. So defensively, not much interest here. And Varlamov, I think, is just too risky against this Nashville team that we don't know what they're going to get. I think Johansson's out one more game. So let's go to this side here. Forsberg, Arvidsson. I don't know. With Yarncrook in the center there, I don't like that line. I think I might go back down here to the second or even third line center here and take maybe Nick Bonino, Austin Watson pairing or something of that sort, or a one-off on Nick Bonino, for instance. 4 goals, 2 assists in the past 5. That's good production there. I don't think that's going to last, so maybe get on that train while it's hot. Craig Smith hasn't done anything. Certainly even Kevin Fiala on the fourth line now. So seeing some of this is just indication that they're not really producing. So maybe even a one-off Victor Arvidsson at 7,600 for 5 goals and assists and 16 shots, or a one-off of Forsberg might be your best plays. The more I look at this, it's one-offs for me, maybe even 2 heavy one-offs. But we'll keep looking here. But first take shows a lot of one-offs for me. And defensively, like I said here, good defensive team. Roman Josi, certainly 6,300, got 4 assists, 17 shots, 9 blocks. I think that's a little too much for that production. Subban, 5,600, hasn't gotten much. Let's just see if there's any love on the power play side of things for home team here. So Colorado on home ice here for penalty kill. They are dead last. And 3 penalties a game here. So for that case, you might want to look at this first power play here and see no goals in the past 5 here. But Roman Josi and PK Subban certainly look like they're in a better spot when you see that stat line. And you know what? I like I said, no interest here in the goalie situation. I think it's too high risk.
I'll agree there. I don't think you need to go here for a goalie at all. I think I lean Nashville here, man. But I don't mind trying to get piece of both sides, obviously. Whatever. Obviously, if you're going to target the Nashville side here, Philippe Forsberg, Kelly Johnrock, and Victor Arvidsson on that top line. That's nice. I really like Victor Arvidsson. The cat's playing crazy right now. So don't be afraid to jump on that. Forsberg as well, 6,800. Nashville's played so much better since they're back. And I tell you what, Nick Bonino, centering up that second line now, I don't mind that. Obviously, that's still probably going to be the shutdown line. So you can see Nick Bonino, I think, facing off a lot against that top line of Colorado. I don't think, however, he can shut McKinnon down or that top line. So, but I don't mind it there because those guys give up goals on that top line as well. So Bonino, Ryan Hartman, and Austin Watson, these guys are in play as well. Third line here of Sissons and Craig Smith obviously are going to get a favorable matchup too against Colorado here. So I wouldn't even mind going down there. For some reason, they got Fiala down here on this fourth line. We'll have to pay attention to that. Maybe check out left wing lock for some lineup combinations there and see how much he's running down here with these guys. I can't see that really working out like that. I like Fiala. Defensively, Josi, Subban, obviously. Some guys are in play. Matthias Ekholm, Ryan Ellis on that second pairing as well. So any of the top 4 guys here, I wouldn't mind that. Definitely, directing most of my attention defensively with them too would be Yossi and Subban, just because they're on that top power play unit. Colorado does take take penalties, so don't be afraid of that. And Colorado is still giving up goals at home, so you know what I mean. It's not like the Preds here aren't in play, because I truly believe they are. I like these guys a lot, actually. And like Jared said, there's no reason to go here for your goalie. Could be a lot of goals scored in this game. Could easily see it going over the 6 projected goals here in this game. Colorado side, I mean, what more can I really say about Colorado other than you know where they score the goals from? Landeskog, McKinnon, Rantanen, those guys are obviously in play, and they're obviously very expensive. Landeskog being the cheapest at 7,400, but that cat shoots like a madman. You watch the game, you'll see he gets ice time without the other two up there too. So when he's on the ice without McKinnon and Rantanen, obviously he's going to get a lot more shots. You know what I mean? Heading his way. So Soderberg here, dive into him. You'll see. I mean, I know when you look at daily faceoff, you'll see 4 goals in the last 5 games. Your eyes light up. Oh man, 5,400, 4 goals in the last 5 games, 16 shots. Wow, that's crazy. Got an assist in there too. Well, look into it, man, because it's a hat trick in there. So you take out the hat trick. It's 1 goal. In 4 games. I mean, yeah, if you want to chase it, go ahead, but don't expect it. That's all I'm saying. Soderberg, in my opinion, definitely more directed towards GPP play. Now, defensively for these guys, I really dig Eric Johnson, 4,800. He's a great price there, and Tyson Barrie as well at 6K. So that's where my attention would go. Zadorov, Nikita Zadorov, whatever, 2,900. He'd be a GPP play as well. And again, defensively, Tyson Barrie gets that top power play time. So it's 6K though. You know what I mean? He's pricey, but he's a good defensive play on this slate for certain. Just about 24 minutes of ice time a game. And whether it's Varlamov or Grubauer, I don't want none of it. It'll probably be Varlamov, so I'll just avoid it, like Jared said. So we'll get out of this game. Man, it'd be nice to try to get, a couple of these top guys in here as well from Colorado. And I do, like I said, like that second line from Nashville. Maybe I'm wrong, but my attention's heading that way. Next game up, St. Louis Blues heading into Los Angeles to take on the Los Angeles Kings. Should be Jake Jared Allen on the slate. Yeah. Heading up against Quick. Jared, what do you like here in this St. Louis 105 favorite? 5.5 over under.
Well, this game here, I do see some potential to get some depth plays, kind of maybe some missing pieces to your lines here. So certainly Ryan O'Reilly back with Tarasenko and Maroon is appealing here. But when you look, I think you got to look here, go right down to this power play, even 1 or 2 here. I don't have any don't think I have any bias towards one or the other. Obviously, O'Reilly Tarasenko is your top play here with Pietrangelo on that first power play unit. Maroon there at 3,200 is interesting. Getting first line ice time at 3,200 with 2 top offensive guys here. It could be a nice play here. Even on this second power play unit, though, with Braden Shen and Jaden Swartz, I think you could look there as well. No power play goals in 5, but you are getting some assists and some shots there. And, being on the road, sometimes you have to look and say maybe they're going to put their best defensive guys against Tarasenko and O'Reilly and shut them down, leaving the door open for Schwartz and Shen. Me and Joe, we're looking here before doing our knowledge bets. I know Cole doesn't like stats, but we had to do them for the other fans that do. Los Angeles at home does all right on defensively here. They're terrible when it comes to penalty kill. They're 28th in the league here, looking at my latest stats. Um, but certainly better over the past 10 games. And it is Quick's birthday tomorrow. Jonathan Quick birthday tomorrow. So I like an interest in a pair here. I don't know if I'm going to go Riley Tarasenko, but the way I look at it, I think I might take a chance on Schwartz and Shen. And maybe even Vince Dunn on the defensive side at 3,700. A nice play there. Make sure. Yeah, Vince Dunn getting second power play minutes. I like that play. And Jared Allen in play at 7,600. I think he is in play. Looking at it from the Kings side here, yeah. Kopitar, Brown, Kovalchuk, they haven't completely been out of it in the past 5. They find a way to hover 3 to 5 points in 5 games. That's consistent. So, I feel like you can always take a chance on one of these guys. I'm never really going to stack them, but I don't mind these guys for one-off plays. Kovalchuk, I really would save it as a real long shot GPP here. But Jeff Carter, second line, 4,800. I only do that if you want to stack him with Iafallo or Leipzig. I wouldn't want off him. And I think he does get power play minutes with that top line. Yeah, so, you could play a Kopitar Carter or a Dustin Brown Carter, something of that sort if you favor that first power play. Let's just get St. Louis is 4th in penalty kill on the road here, so I wouldn't go too heavy on this one here. And like I said, Quick's birthday, still in play for me. Like I said, it is a frivolous stat, but we kind of like doing it. I think a lot of the fans like doing it because you get in that rut and you haven't won for a couple days. Someone might just say, why the hell not? Something's got to change, right?
Yeah, man. I think I only want maybe Ryan O'Reilly and Vlad Tarasenko here from St. Louis. I don't mind Oscar Sundqvist either, centering up that third line for 3,600. Defensively, Gunnarsson here, man. This cat's turning it on. Not sure what that's all about. I'll have to dig into that. Pietrangelo, I think he's overpriced. Parayko's not doing nothing now either. Vince Dunn's on fire. I wouldn't mind jumping on that price tag there at 3,700. Jump on the train, ride it out. The hell. That's it for me. And Jared, oh man, I agree with you. Jared Allen, he's in play here. It really is. Much as I hate saying that, he's in play. Again, I'm not a big fan of this game overall. It should be a good game as far as hockey games go. But as far as DFS perspective, I don't think it's a good game. Los Angeles side here, Ozzy Kopitar and Dustin Brown, 2 top line skaters here for 11,000. You got to take a shot on that almost. So they're in play. Jeff Carter off that second line, 4,800, centering that up. That's not too bad of a play there. I'm not really certain I'd want anything else. Maybe Iafallo with him, 4,400. Okay. It's an okay play. It's not a sexy play at all. It's just okay. $2,900 Carl Hagelin, man, is wow. $2,900 for Hagelin. What the hell? Maybe. Toffoli at 4,300, 18 shots. I mean, these are all just deep tournament plays, I guess. Drew Doughty's a nice price tag there at 5,300. That's not too bad. I wouldn't mind a shot there. Like Derek Forsberg, 2,800. That's a nice play for a defenseman, man. 4 shots, 12 blocks for 2,800. That's nice. Jake Muzzin, he's in play. He does everything, 5,100. Don't mind Alec Martinez either, 4,300. So, these are relatively fair prices here for the St. Louis defense. So, I wouldn't mind starting a stack out with yeah, Jonathan Quick, $7,800 Jonathan Quick, man. Pair him up with Derek Forbert for 2,800. 10-6 for a defenseman and a goalie. Super fair price, man. I wouldn't mind doing that at all. So, I don't look for a lot of points out of this game, but I mean, there's a few plays there certainly. Next game up, we got the Minnesota Wild heading back on the road, heading into Las Vegas to take on the Vegas Golden Knights here. Vegas Golden Knights will be a minus 170 home favorite. Over under 6 in this game. We should see Dubnyk and Marc-Andre the Flower Fleury. What are you on here?
Oh, this looks like filet mignon on a plate, doesn't it? The Vegas Golden Knights certainly have found an offensive rhythm. To Cole's delight, I think he even went out to the bar after the rally for that nice touchdown win for Vegas against the Penguins the other night. So Carlson getting 1 goal back. He's still not in play. I've lost so much money thinking about him actually saving the day for me. And I think I've played him 5 solid times, and he's done nothing. But I have no problem running Peary and Marce's show as a pair unit on the first line here. Certainly on a home ice with that final change, they're going to look very pretty. Second line as well, Pacioretty, Stastny, Tuck. Pick either one. Like I said, it was Peary, Marce's show doing well. Carlson the other night. But certainly this second line also in play. A lot of assists on there. So I'm interested to see where all the assists came from, really. But Pacioretty, Stastny took very fair price for a 3-way stack as well. This could be one situation where, 3 of these guys look appetizing enough to do a 3-man stack, and I wouldn't have any issues. Ryan Carpenter on that third line in a GPP, I wouldn't mind it. Oscar Lindbergh, these guys had a goal the other night, a couple goals maybe even between the 3. Just 8 Pittsburgh alive as well. So interesting there in a GPP tournament. That might give you the relief you need if you wanted to run all 3 of that Colorado stack. For those interested in NFL, I know this is NHL. Patriots just took the lead. 34 seconds left, 39 seconds. But let's go back into this game. Like I said, third line still very nice, and this is probably where I would look to get a little relief if I were to play the heavy hitters. This is going to be well in game. I could see Vegas people looking after the route of the Penguins and stuff, flocking right here to be the highest owned on the slate. Defensively, Braden McNabb, 3,500. Not a lot of stats here in the past 5 games, but it is birthday. I might take a look at that birthday swing for 3,500 and just say, why the heck not? Let's take a quick look here and see if we can't get some power play numbers here for you. So penalty kill for the Wild. They have given up 4 goals in the last 10. Not counting. I think I'm a day behind in getting this stat update. So not too bad here. Keep that in mind. Power play here. When you look at the Vegas Golden Knights here, they have 1 power play goal in 10 games. So not sure I would want to run the power play units here. And Fleury, I think you have to keep him in play here. Going over the Minnesota Wild with that nice 2-1 win over the Columbus Blue Jackets. Do we have a change in tide? I don't think so. I just can't get on board with these guys here. Maybe Parise at 6,200 as a one-off because he shoots like an animal. 1 goal, 2 assists, 27 shots in 5 games. He's just shooting crazy a lot there. And he has now got 2 new line mates with Victor Rask and Pontus Aberg here. So maybe they'll feed him some more shots and you can be happy with a one-off. But for me, I'm not going to trust playing anyone else against for a forward position against for Fleury here. Ryan Suter, another birthday tomorrow as well. 5,100 if you want to take a chance on a birthday there. And Dubnyk, Dubnyk could be interesting here. I can't get a read on this game. A lot of me thinks it's going to be 4-1, but something tells me I'm missing something here. Whether it's Minnesota playing very good defensively lately and it ends up like another 2-1 on Vegas side or something. Out of all 4 games, this could be the biggest trap game for me.
I must say I feel the same way. It just worries me, man. Like to go here in Minnesota. I took Columbus against Minnesota, burnt me tough. Um, Sort of waiting on the Vegas letdown here, maybe. I don't know. Um, I don't know what I'd play for Minnesota if I were to play them. Just because I'm uncertain about Vegas, though, that doesn't mean I really like Minnesota. You know what I mean? So I guess if I'm going to take anybody from Minnesota, maybe a shot on Eric Stahl centering up the top line. Maybe Zucker, Koivu, Granlund, one of those guys off the second line. I don't know. Zach Parisi, he's a good play, actually, at 6,200. I wouldn't mind a one-off of Zach Parisi at all in any lineup. Or the second line, but that's where I direct my attention. Not certain I'd even pair any of these guys up. I think I'd probably just run them as one-offs. So, which means I'd probably just end up on Zach Parisi. Ryan Suter defensively, he's okay. 5,100. Man, that's about it for me, though, I guess. Yeah, that'd probably be it for me. Maybe if you want a shot on Greg Pattern at 2,500 just to save some cash, I wouldn't talk you off of that. Minnesota's not an offensive powerhouse. Let's not get it twisted. But that Zach Parisi price there, man, for 6,200, he's taking over 5 shots a game. That's nice. We'll take a look here. Obviously, Vegas, they're going to be tempting, man. What can I say? I can't even argue it. And Jared, I agree. This is chalk. I don't want no Dubnyk. But, yes, maybe I do want Dubnyk. Oh, man. Oh, man. Dubnyk has burnt me so many times. I'm not scratching him off yet. I keep him on a slate. Keep him in my picks here, maybe. Oh, man, I hate saying that. Vegas side here. Marshall Salt, Brandon Peary. I like that. That top line. I mean, Carlson's a whatever. I can't play Carlson. Its second line's rather nice too. Alex took Paul Stastny, Max Pacioretty. They're in play, man. Boy, if you want to run a line stack, like a full line combo stack here, all three of them, Pacioretty, Stastny, and Took, that's where I would go for this off of Vegas. I wouldn't run all three of the top line. I don't like Carlson here. I think Jared said the same thing, but I just don't like Carlson. I do, however, like Cody Eakin, 4,200 centering up the third line. Jared said about Carpenter. I know he mentioned him. You could take a shot on him. That's pretty much it for me, though, man. For me, it's Pacioretty, Stastny, and Took, and Peary and Marchessault for the forwards. Ooh, I think Nate Schmidt just a little bit high. I tell you what, if you want to play Nate Schmidt, play him over on FanDuel at 4,700. It's a pretty fair price over there with 2 power play points. Ray McNabb, 3,500. I like that. It's a good call by Jared there. Say birthday, all that fun shit. I like McNabb. Yeah, certainly. Shea Theodore, he's in play too, 4,300. That's not a bad price. That's where I'd stop, though. Obviously, Fleury's going to be in play here. But, man, I don't know if I just – oh, man. I have to run more than one lineup here no matter what. There's no way I can stack Vegas with my only lineup and run with it. I just can't. That I can't do that. I'll run more than one lineup. Next game up, San Jose Sharks heading into Florida to take on the Florida Panthers. San Jose is going to be a minus 130 visiting favorite. Over under of 6 in this game. Should be Marty Jones, and I'm not sure, Reimer or Luongo. They could go back to the hot hand of Luongo, maybe. Jared?
Well, I think we're, I think that we're back with the Florida side here being strong option. Trocheck came right back and shown what was lacking on the Florida side. So Trocheck back in the lineup definitely puts us back in play. Looking here, gives us a lot more options. So I'd probably going down to this power play unit here. So Trocheck's on that second power play unit. If I'm doing that, I want to run him with Frank Vetrano if I'm doing power play 2. So Trocheck, Vetrano, that gives me a first and second exposure, which might be good. Not a lot of money in that pairing, and I'd be okay with that because I think this here could be a game stack situation here. So like those two guys there. Defensively speaking, we can certainly look and get some interest into Keith Yandle at 5,300 and Aaron Ekblad at 4,300. For about the same production, you might want to just take a shot on Ekblad and save yourself $900 or $1,000 there, both on FanDuel and on FanDuel and DraftKings. So that's where I'm at. No interest here in Luongo. I know he had a great outing the other night against Toronto, I think it was. So I can't remember if he played Nashville or not, or if they went to Reimer. But Florida's been a little bit doing well here the past couple. I'm looking here. The Sharks, everyone's going to chalk to this third line. I think Kane, Hurdle, and Donskoy. And I think that opens up the door to run maybe a Couture-Meyer combination on that line too here. 6,100, 5,700, a little bit pricey here, but I think you could see them with a big game. We got power play correlation here with Couture? No, Couture's on power play 1. Meyer must be on power play 2. I'm still okay with that, I think. Certainly that first line. First line's interesting, but basically they might be first line on paper, but they're certainly not first line in minutes. They throw these guys out early on, but they don't have, I don't think, first line minutes. I think this is an unconventional kind of line setup. I think you look at lines 2 and 3 for this and go with whatever your gut would tell you. Kevin LeBlanc on this fourth line with 1 goal and 5 assists. On that power play at 3,300, another good play there that's probably going to overlook a lot of people's lineups here. So looking at Brent Burns, certainly 6,800, 6,400 for Carlson. Both those guys are a great lock and play. You pay a lot there. You're going to have to look for some cheaper forwards, though. So keep in mind our depth plays that could come in value for you there. What were we saying here? Kings, a little bit. Third line of, I think, Vegas or so. So keep those plays in mind. And, Martin Jones, I'm gonna fade Martin Jones as well here, I think.
San Jose side here, I'm uncertain of it. I'll agree with the Couture-Meyer plays there off the second line. I like that. I do, however, really like the third line of Kane, Hurdle, and Donskoy. Them guys are hot. They're playing well together. So I don't mind those two, obviously. Defensively, Burns and Carlson, they're in play. So I'll go there. No problem. Actually priced down a little bit too. I like that. I like Burns better than Carlson. 6,800, obviously. He's a good play. Pretty much nothing else though. $3,800 Justin Braun isn't too bad though. That's a pretty fair play, I guess. So it's really just Kane, Hurdle, Donskoy, and Brent Burns for me. Those four. That's where I'll be. I won't be on anything else. really. I do, however, have interest in Marty Jones. Florida side, don't matter which goalie it is for me. I don't like either goalie. Vetrano, Barkov, Dadonov. Man, the price is kind of high, I guess, for Barkov at 6,300. Really, not much production going on there. So Vetrano and Dadonov off the top line. It's really Vetrano for me more than anything else. Second line, Huberdeau back with Trocheck. I like that. 58 and 5,900. That's really nice. Bugstad at 3,300 on that line with him is really nice too. Hoffman down here on the fourth line by himself. Not really by himself. Malgin's a pretty good player. Borgstrom holds his own, I guess. 3 goals, 11 shots. I mean, it's 6K. I'm not certain I get the Hoffman. Yeah, I'm not certain. I can't recommend Mike Hoffman at all. Sorry. Keith Yandel, 5,300, great play. Aaron Ekblad at 4,300 is a great play as well. I'd be on Ekblad, saving that 1,000 certainly. Michael Matheson even at 3,500. I'd rather go there than go with Keith Yandel. That's it. And it don't matter what goalie, like I said. I don't want either one of them. None of them, rather. So, Jared, you want to do the game?
Yes, sir.
All right. Why don't you give us all your diamond stack there, buddy?
For me, Diamond Stack, I'm going to take a shot tomorrow on this second line of Florida, reignited with the return of Trocheck. Jonathan Huberdeau, Vincent Trocheck, and Nick Bukestad on line 2 of Florida.
All right. Give me Vegas. Line 2. Max Pacioretty, Paul Stastny, Alex Took. What's your snowflaker?
Snowflake, I'm going line 1 for Nashville. That's going to be, was it Yarncrook with Forsberg and Arvidsson.
Ooh. Florida line 1. Vetrano, Barkov, Dadonov. Vetrano might go off, but he's not going to be enough to carry them guys. Boulder Award.
Ooh, I don't think there's going to be one, but I'm going to say Jonathan Quick on his birthday.
I'm going to say Jake Jared Allen.
Same game.
Shutting out Los Angeles.
I guess if it goes 0-0 in a shootout, we both win.
Oh, tiebreaker wins it, though.
I think they both get credit for a shutout in DK.
They probably would, actually. They should, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, Koskinen replaces Talbot in the net already.
Oh, yeah, that's already 3. Yeah, I wasn't on them today. I was like, screw them guys.
Oh, who's that, Edmonton?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
They're just, like, I think they sent down Tyrati again to the minors, and they're just, they got Puljujarvi there, like, playing a different line every other night. I think they've gotten Hitchcock baffled there on what direction they need to go. Looks like a lot of guys playing individual hockey when you watch them. I watch that game hoping for something. But yeah, Cole brought up, it's next weekend or so. What is it? We get about a week off heading into the All-Star break. For fans out there, maybe that'll be when we do a one-off video there. We were in the Slack channel talking about different. How do you know how much to enter into contests? Do I play $15 a day? Do I do $5 a day? Do I do quarters and a bunch of different lines here? So we're gonna get together, do some looking into methods we each look at, and that could be an all-star break topic, or we might take it into the off season. But that's definitely a valid point. We certainly don't want people, if they're not having fun, chasing money. This is just as evil as a casino is, and you get in a tough losing streak and you try to chase money, and we don't want anyone doing that. I would say, and I think in the chat, use some free tournaments if your lineups aren't hitting for a week or something. Up into some free tournaments if you're just new to it, and see how your lineups are doing in the free contests. And if you're hitting good numbers every time, maybe that'll be the time to get back into playing some money. But that's a good topic there with the All-Star break coming up, I think.
Right. I just think you need to be realistic, right? The goal here, let's not, okay, here. Everybody wants to hit big, right? It's why we do this, right? I mean, honestly, we all want to win a big one, that'd be amazing. But let's face it, odds are stacked against us on winning a big one. It really is. That's just the way it works. So I, on the other hand, look at this just a little bit different, I guess, maybe. For me, it's not really about winning money so much as it is my everyday goal. I don't want to have to make deposits, period. I don't want to have to keep forking out money day in and day out to play this game. To me, that's ridiculous, and there's no reason to do that. And as long as you're in the green, man, and you see green on your DraftKings screen when you open up to check your lineups midway through the night, that's all matters, right? I mean, who cares, really? As long as you're able to play every day and keep, not necessarily winning money every day, but at least maintaining your bankroll without having to deposit, making a little bit of money on top of it, building your bankroll up. Until you get up to the point where you can start entering some of them, $10, $15, $20, $25 entry tournaments where you have a shot at winning some real cash. Real nice seeing a comma in your winnings there. You know what I mean? So with that being said, Jared, you want to get out of here? Anything else?
Yep. Let's, everyone enjoy your Martin Luther King Day for those that are off. And remember, slate starts early tomorrow.
And I'm not off. So I'll be trucking 4:30 in the morning. I'll see you guys. Have a good one. Good luck to everyone out there.